Hello, everybody. Welcome to another scene of Edessa, the Dark Crusade, season two. Blah blah blah. Please ignore the stupid Dutchman in the corner. We start the scene off with Irene sending an invitation to Margot for a meeting at Omar Shadid's shop at her earliest convenience, and she's also invited the graveyard budge. Of which apparently two have shown up. So we start the scene with Irene in Omar Shadid's shop. Yeah, basically waiting for whoever enters first.
Um, Marga will have gotten the invitation. She's not sure what's happening. She hopes it's nothing dangerous. She thinks it's nothing dangerous, but just in case, she brought means to defend herself. Because last time she was invited to Omar Shadid's shop, someone stabbed her in the back, and then a
Yeah.
demon came out, and then shit went down. So yeah, just in case, she brought the means to defend herself. And do we have to make we have to make stealth rolls, don't we?
If you don't have a means to transport easily to the cities, like obfuscate or noble influence or military influence or shit, then yeah.
or like coming as the wind.
Or coming as the wind. You are the wind.
Let me check, but I know. I think she'll have to do a roll.
Else the scene is gonna get opened pretty fast.
I don't have to. I have a writ.
And no, she doesn't have noble influence. She is noble, but influence, nobility.
How high?
3.
I think that's actually enough.
Three was
It was
three
enough,
was what
right?
was enough
Three-
when we
Yeah.
were doing the thing.
3 is the bare minimum as per
Yeah.
the post that Chris made.
Okay. So she's fine. She comes, and she's as beautiful as always, and make her way in, looking if Irene is already here.
Irene is, and she will stand up and curtsy as per usual.
Irene, how good it is to see you again.
Lady Margot, it's such a pleasure. It's been so long.
It has. I've been keeping to myself for too long. I'm glad to see the city again.
And I'm sure the city is very glad to see you again.
And she'll nod. You wanted to see me?
I was, well, as you said, you've been gone a long time. I was worried. So many things happening lately. I was wondering if you were all right.
I was just, well, I needed some rest after the sewers, and then, well, personal matters came.
Personal matters. You are all right, I hope.
Yes, I'm perfectly fine.
Okay.
How are you, my dear?
Busy as always. The city, in a way, never sleeps, and, well, during the nights we don't sleep much either, so I've been doing a lot of things.
Keeping busy?
It's the best way to go about the night, isn't it?
Always, and she'll smile and nod. I met a new member of the clans the other night. And she'll tap her chin. No, not remember his name.
Which clan? Sorry?
Of clan Setite.
Oh, interesting. I have not met any. Well, I mean, I've met some of the Setites, of course, who have been in the city for quite a while. I did not know there was a newcomer. I'm sure Shalmon will introduce me soon. And How's your clan doing? I heard there were some troubles.
There has. I'm supposed to meet some of them soon.
Mm.
See how everything has turned out. See how we will prevent any more troubles from coming our way.
Yes, that would probably be prudent. If, by the way, you do not mind, I'd rather tell you this before they actually come barging in. I did invite a few friends.
I think that's our cue. Inquisition.
Hey,
The occult Inquisition is here.
Good day.
On I guess on a more serious matter.
So Aldrich and Eklios both walk up to the door to the shop, and they both stare at each other for a second, and then at the doorknob to see who's going to touch it first.
We will come back at you in an hour.
Oh, I just realized I completely forgot to hunt for the nights. So let me just quickly get that out of the way.
I also realized it. Let's have some fun things. And be like, oh yeah, there's a fight outside because Ecleos now wants to murder things.
Set us up in dice for other one.
Yeah. I have a fine.
Me too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, no weird things happening pre-scene, which we should have played out. That's good.
And I guess Ecleos is going to be the voice of reason. As he, he looks back at the Tremere. Obviously, we are going to get stuck outside. I propose a truce and enter the room for the good of the city.
He nods and gestures to the door. After you.
Oh no!
No, I'm gonna get stabbed. I know it.
I feel
No,
now you
it
guys are gonna
works.
play the English game. No, please, after you. I'm so sorry. Please go first. No, my dear, it's quite alright. Please.
But yeah, he is going to he's going to open the door and show
Aldrich
me
pulls out his
inside.
knife.
Oh no, I said I opened. I didn't say that I entered. No, now it's the second phase. It's the after you.
So
Then we get
no,
arrested.
Aldrich will take the initiative. Then he'll clasp his arms behind his back, stand up straight as he has been, but yeah, and enter first.
I mean, I walk inside.
Flick of the wrist, invisible chains.
Ah, man. Irene will stand up with the two gentlemen entering. She looks at the door for a moment, like when it opens, no one steps through immediately. She's like, "Tudum, tudum." But as Aldrich enters first, Irene will curtsy. And of course, with Ecleos the same.
Peace.
sure. Margot will also smile and bow her head to them. Aldrich, Eklios. It's been a while. How have you been?
Indeed, it has been some time. I've been well, despite recent events. How have you been?
I've been, well, better than in the sewers. A lot better than this. But Yeah.
I am doing fine. Do you feel my amazing social dice rolls?
Yes, we feel them.
I mean, I brought charisma free, but you know.
Oh, my lessons have been. Yay! I've been doing something well for a change. Uh,
Wow. Oh, I think we have great matter to discuss.
We do.
As he turns to Irene because she's the social one.
she's not so very social. No, this is on too.
Stop it! You are.
Okay.
You're the social one.
Okay, that's fine. I will try to be the social one. So, Margot, have you actually heard about what's going on in the guild halls?
I see. I have not. Well, I'll just say she hasn't. Unfortunately, because of my personal matters, I have not been able to keep an eye out on what is happening in the city.
It seems that there have been some terrible murders there. Now I'll roll my subterfuge in
I
this.
guess.
You know,
I guess that's the.
this
I
all
guess that's the
happens.
moment. I guess that's the moment where Acleus and Vitremir just exchange a look of like,
Perception.
So that's what subtlety is.
I don't do subtlety. When has Irene ever done subtlety?
Oh god.
Let me see. Why can't I see my there? I'm on the wrong page. Nip subterfuge. We need to buy this shit up. This is like 4 successes. It's not bad on my part.
I have 4 successes. Oh no, I'm not the social one.
Let's see, and does I don't remember. Does Auspex help in it?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay. So that's
Also, you haven't activated it.
yeah.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't see. She doesn't see the bullshit.
See? So subtle. So subtle.
Murders, you say?
Yes.
How long have they been going on?
She looks at the others. It's like, I don't know. I've heard the rumors like perhaps a couple of weeks ago. I was kind of wondering if you knew something about it since, it's former territory of the Toreador.
That I am to meet the as I was, yes, I'll say to Irene, as I was saying, I am to meet members of my clan soon, but I have not seen any of them in a near little while.
So, would you mind inquiring if maybe one of your clan has heard something?
As soon as I see them, why not? Yes, I will tell you what I can.
Of course. And Irene is going to peony the shit out of, Margot, because
We do not trust Toreadors.
Is she lying? Does she know something about the murders? 3 successes might be able to tell.
I'll throw for something because she actually doesn't know better. Wait, for some.
It's scrutiny time. I have 6 successes. Behold my knowledge of perception.
Nice.
Eclios the radar.
Actually, else knows. Team Occult is sitting here with hawk eyes, like staring at Margot, like.
I mean, that's pretty
Yes,
fair. That's
she
what he
does.
does. Like he looks like
Oh, there we go. 5, 9.
This is Aldrich's subtlety face.
One, 2, 3. Oh, 3 only. So yeah, you see it now. Well, you can see when she says she doesn't know anything about the murders. She really doesn't seem to know anything better. I'll tell you what I can is I'll tell you what they allow me to tell you.
Eclios knows. Fucking zoom.
Like Eclios just appears in front of Margot's face all of a sudden.
I mean, he's not that uneducated.
No, he's had a
She's still a
great
Dimitri. He knows the boundary of people stops at the reach of his hand for vicissitude.
Even his clothes are stitched together with different types of cloth.
He is just gonna look at the Tremere, I guess, because they're obviously facing each other. Like they can't be, side by side. Like, the tacit rule. And he just shake his head like no.
Well, it's a shame. I'd hoped maybe you'd seen something. Because, I mean, I don't want to sound curious or something, but you do still live there, right?
Sure, look, I am often in that place, but I live in a mansion outside the city.
Oh, I see. My apologies.
I shall nod. No, it is quite all right.
Would you happen to know of someone who still lives there?
I am. Well, I haven't checked on members of my clan or the city in a few months. I first came out yesterday, and I didn't go to the guild quarters, to the guild halls. So I shall say.
I
But
understand.
if I find out something, I'll make sure to let you know.
Very well. You are aware there's a curfew, right?
Yes, I've been made aware of. Quite unfortunate. What is the point of? I get that the streets are getting more dangerous, but might be my opinion. But restrictions to one's freedom, not to my liking. And she'll just shake her head like this ew. Do it.
Well, it's good that you're at least aware of it. Would be rather, well, problematic if any of us would get caught.
I surely hope that never happens.
There's that awkward moment of silence.
Ecleos and Aldrich are playing rock paper scissors, and then as soon as Ecleos picks rock and Aldrich picks paper, he puts his hand on top of Ecleos's and goes aha, and then Ecleos fuses his hand to Aldrich.
Aha!
Ah! Ah! Ah!
So as the guys are keeping busy, Irene will kind of slowly lean into Margot and just, sort of whispers, I remember that you had some awkward problems. Sorry, I didn't know you were BRB. Sorry, Nelson.
No, it's okay. She'll say, yes, I've told the, so she'll say, I've told the sheriff, and if
Mhm.
anything comes again, it will be taken care of.
Okay, so you've dealt with that?
Dealing, it seems it's making its way back, but as I said, I told the sheriff straight away. Not keeping a secret this time. Last time it came to it came with too great of a price.
Yes. I was just wondering. I didn't mean to embarrass you in any way. Of course.
No, dear, you are only doing your duty to the city. It is understandable.
I don't be any again because yeah. Is it really gone? We're really not missing anything. Really? I only have one success at this point.
So what are you trying to see? Sorry,
She's trying to see if you're telling the truth about, your personal issues that Irene knew about, which obviously was a hint towards, the demon as such. She's trying to see if, you're telling the truth.
yeah, she's telling the truth. Shit happened. She should have told the sheriff.
Okay. Well, I do want you to know if there's anything that I can do to help, feel free to call me. Or to call on me.
Thank you. It's very noble of you to offer your help. I will remember if I need it.
Of course. And Irene will lean back,
It's
Sure. Akiros, Ulrich, you two are keeping quiet.
Yeah, I think it's like I think it's probably been the situation of I'm looking at you, then it's like, oh, we need to look at the we need to look at the Toreador.
And then they turn their heads at the Toreador, but their eyes stay locked.
Yeah, their left eye just stay locked when the other one. Actually, I can do that with vicissitude. Give it a second.
Ha ha
Oh
ha!
God.
Yes, we are troubled with our investigation.
Indeed.
It raises many questions and parallels to unfortunate previous events.
I trust the sheriff is keeping things in control too. Making his own investigations.
Klaus is going to look at Irene because, as far as he knows, there'll be investigation.
Sorry, I was not. What was the question?
She's asking if the sheriff has been dealing with the problems too and like making his own
Oh.
investigations.
I mean,
Aldrich-
pretty much,
Aldrich
is
will
he doing his
actually-
fucking job?
Isn't
Aldrich
Aldrich
will.
a hound?
That's what I was getting
Yeah.
at. Aldrich will nod to that and say, "Yes, I'm here on his behalf as Hound of Edessa."
Oh. Well, and she'll like bow her head. It is good to have you as a protector of the city then.
He smiles and bows his head gratefully at that.
I need to roll manipulation subterfuge.
Fucking do it! I'm gonna P&E your ass too.
Yeah.
Come on! Isn't friendship magic? Isn't friendship magic?
Oh no, Damien.
I mean, for once in my life, an Ancilla has been able to see through my 3 dice. Because I think that's the thing that needs to be emphasized here. I've outmatched Ancilla's social primaries with those dice.
Never
Yeah.
mock the 3 dice. They'll come for you in the night.
So yeah, he is absolutely thrilled that you are one of the protectors of the city. He's absolutely thrilled, like 100%. He's like the best day of his life. He has like you can definitely see that he has, I love Aldrich tattoo like on his butt cheeks. So yes, no, there's like the eye twitch. There's like the eye twitch clearly like
I just have to stop. I just have to stop for a moment, and I just have to address that statement. Why tattoo on his butt cheeks of all? Why on his ass? Just why did you have to make it about ass?
So you can shit on it.
Because I own that ass.
Oh boy.
Oh dear. Oh dear. We're having a let the blood rain down from the skies moment.
I have that gif.
Alright then. Fuck it. Into the madhouse that I totally didn't half destroy last time I was here. Cough. I love how there's still a vaguely Irene-shaped hole in the window.
Irene-shaped.
Hey! Irene didn't fall through the window, okay?
No,
She
you
was-
were thrown through the window.
No, she blocked the door.
Then the Merchant of Bones threw you through a window.
No, he didn't.
I thought he did.
No, he didn't.
Reports of being thrown through a window may have been greatly exaggerated. Run away. But yes, for any of you with all specs 3 or higher, you will see this individual calmly make his way into the room. You don't, you won't.
Did you see a door open and close? Oh boy.
I thought the door was left open, but if the door is open, he will drop his obfuscate, or if it's closed, he will drop his obfuscate as he steps into the room and closes the door politely behind him. Shut up, you.
Okay, I just need to show you my face claim that I had in season 1. Well, I mean,
that's well said, right?
that was my face claim in season
I
1.
hate everything so much right now. I'm just gonna flip this table. Nope, flip. Stop saying it.
Anyway.
Evan, I asked asked you this yesterday, but what is your character's name again?
Soldrin or
Sol-
Solhadren, depending on how you want to pronounce it, or just Oyu. That setite will also do.
Oh, snake guy. But no,
Yes.
she'll turn around. Oh, Soldrin.
Salam alaikum, noble. He quirks his head to the side before he answers. Margot, yes. One always remembers a rose that one has scented. One hopes that you are blessed this evening.
I am, and once again, I am blessed with wonderful company. As shall look, mostly to Irene.
Irene would have stood up at the newcomer and would have curtsied when he entered the room. But, she's only a neonate, so she will wait until, proper etiquette. First, the Ancilla get introduced. Unless there are no Ancilla to introduce. Glaring at Ulrich.
Sorry, I missed that. I was looking up gifts to be an asshole.
You are an asshole.
You were looking up the Knocks on the Moon gifts, weren't you? I feel it in my soul.
Maybe.
No, I mean, Margot just had her introduction. You're the only other Ancilla in the room, so she presumes that you'll be the next one to introduce.
Yes, Aldrich will offer his hand with a small smile and introduce himself as Aldrich the Wise of Clan Tremere and Scylla.
Are you?
Indeed.
He will bow. He won't take the hand, but he will bow very deeply, and he will say, 1,000 greetings and 1,000 hopes for your happiness, Sadiq.
He nods. He did start by saying "Salam alaikum," correct?
Mm-hmm.
And Aldrich will curl the fingers of his handshake, kind of into a fist, but not a tight balled fist, just like retracting his hand in a creepy fashion, and bring it back to his side and say, while bowing, "Walaikum assalam."
He kind of looks at the other two, kind of like,
So I'm going to do a thing as Eklios introduces himself. Here we go. Obligatory.
I fucking hate you! And he jumps out a window. You have no idea how much I wanted to give this character phobia cats, and then Bishop had an aneurysm.
I want you to know that's the reason why my players in Hunter all have cats.
Excellent.
So he turns to this person. And I just need to track a thing. I don't find my languages, but whatever.
It's English, dear. Oh, wait.
No, I meant game language.
Oh.
I'm in the game language. But anyway, I am Eklios Obertus, neonate of Clan Zemitzi, child of the Demisi Primogen.
I shall hope and pray that it is whatever path you deign to set your foot on, Master Optus, is the path that you will find yourself to happiness upon.
You're just going to look at it and then read it with Premiere and be like, what?
I knew it. You know, Irene is doing a Penguins of Madagascar impression. Just smile and wave. Just smile and wave.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
This character is just that mind fuck to everyone. Occasionally it makes sense, but it's in between the most egregious amount of bullshit.
Aldrich just kind of, he nods at that. Just kind of like, yes, of course, sir.
I understood that entirely. Yes.
Yes.
Irene
Indubitably.
will save Ecleos from not knowing what to do, and will step forward, curtsy, and says, I am Irene Argueris. I'm new native of Glenda Sombra, child of Prince Ulrich of Timuran. It's a pleasure to meet you.
He will walk forward with this, and he won't get uncomfortably close, but those eyes will flash for a moment, and he'll look you up and down, and he'll say, It is as if I had seen you in a dream. A half-forgotten memory. Be blessed, child. For tonight, you are the Northern Star. And he will bow.
Your words are very poetic, and I feel, well, almost ashamed by their beauty that they are addressed to me. Thank you.
In a world where people see only the possible, what chance is there for the impossible?
The impossible is everywhere around us. We just need to open our eyes to it.
There is a very long, slow nod of the head before he will walk over and he will start stoking a shisha pipe before he will sit and begin to smoke casually. Delicious shisha.
And Irene will return to her place. Sit down again.
I'll be back in just a second, guys. Just need to go to the bathroom.
So who wants to be Conan and go after Tulsa Doom? So yes, there's this awkward moment at the table.
Everybody has their finger guns up. I see we've reached an impasse.
Lord Aldrich, I have not had the pleasure of, speaking to you personally. I presume you've received my letter, but I would like to thank you for your assistance the other night.
And he nods. Indeed, I have received your letter. I am more than happy to be of assistance.
Thank you.
He'll offer a polite bow of his head in response to that.
Does any of you happen to know if there are any orphanages, in the vicinity? I wish to... I feel charitable.
I have not heard of one, but I'm sure there must be one somewhere in Edessa.
Sorry, what is she looking for?
Orphanages.
Also, yeah, Peony.
Oh my god. I now have the worst idea ever. The Setites need to open an orphanage.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes!
No.
No, Aldrich will say something very sad.
Also, Maga has 5 successes on that. Finding out why Irene wants to find an orphanage if she's legit about just being
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna play that game. That's fine. I can play this game. So I hope. No, I'm not playing this game very well. Is Irene? I mean, you know Irene, and I believe, as far as everybody who knows Irene, that knows that Irene is kind of a sweetheart. As in that, she might be sometimes a little bit too nice. So the idea of her being charitable, wanting to help an orphanage, it's definitely not out of her element, and it is something that she definitely feels good towards. There might be another reason behind it.
She'll just smile.
You need only listen to the sound of crying children. Unfortunately, the city is in an abundance.
I agree. It's definitely a thing we need to look into. I feel all of us rebuilding this city to its former glory, perhaps even greater. So much has been lost during the plague and the aftermath of that.
What is greatness? Is it not as good to kneel in reverence before an idol made of clay as it is to kneel in reverence to an idol made of gold, provided one has faith in the words that drip from one's mouth? Ultimately, a city is as great as those who would allow it to be great. If a city chooses to become a painted whore, then it will go the way of Babylon. He will shrug.
But that in itself does not mean that we, as the citizens of the city, cannot change and turn that tide. Is it not up to us to help where we can, to restore what's lost? As you said, it depends on those who live within the city, of what the city will become. I intend to make Edessa a city of hope again, a city of light, a city of dreams.
Be careful with dreams.
I can have those dreams.
We had dreams too. And the dream is no more.
And then you took an arrow to the knee.
Oh, Nelson.
Oh, I really hope you did not say that in character.
No, she didn't say that in character. That was RC.
Oh.
Yeah, that would have been bad. That would have at least given probably two frenzy rolls.
Real life frenzy. Ah!
Terrible people.
And thus it was. Everyone had a sad, because if you frenzy no matter shop, you get your head chopped off.
Yeah. So Irene will nod to Axios. You are right.
However, one could say that if you do not chase a dream, then are you not crushed by the mediocrity that life itself will deal you? After all, is a dream not what it is to advance, what it is to strive, what it is to truly live?
No fapping.
God damn it. I'm just completely lost the fucking train of thought now.
There you go.
Good going, Robbie. Good going.
I'm okay.
As long as we recognize the difference between dreams and reality, I'm sure we will be okay.
He will look at her. Once again, the eyes will flash for a brief moment as he says, "And what happens when reality becomes dreams, and dreams themselves are made to reality?"
I would consider that successful.
But remember, honored Tremere, a nightmare is also a dream.
Nightmare is
It
simply someone
depends on
else's
who
dream.
is having it.
We said the same thing pretty much at the same time. Fuck you, dirt sorcerer.
Shut up! Stop saying we're the same!
Terrible. Terrible! Stay on your side of the lab.
And to answer your question, Northern Star, there are orphanages in Riverside, if you wish to patronize them.
That might not be a bad idea indeed. Riverside has already gotten so much pain. It would be a good place to start. Thank you.
There are so many marching feet over my home that it was impossible to rest. That is why I'm here, seeking solitude, or solace rather. Perhaps, if it was that dreams were made manifest, the marching could cease, and I could have solitude, solace again.
Is it solitude that you require then?
Hmm. We all find ourselves in the darkness, whether it be in dreams as we lay so perfectly still, or in other places where we look in upon ourselves, where we see that place at the core of all things, that we are. So, solace and solitude often yield the keys to self.
Yet here you are, weaving words into poetry, as a weaver would weave his cloth. You seem to do this almost effortlessly. Usually those are signs of those who enjoy company rather than seeking solitude.
Ah, the one thing that you must remember, Northern Star, is that every word spoken to another is a lie. So it is that you must find truth amid the sea of misconception, the opaque nature that is the word.
You'd be surprised at how much of the spoken word is the truth.
I have
Or
to
how
agree with the
much spoken
premiere on
words
this
can
one.
be empty.
Stop talking over each other.
That.
We're a coterie. Sue us.
Yes.
Fine, I will.
You're not in the pack link, darling.
You say that, but are you sure?
I don't even
What's
remember.
our vernaculum rating anyway?
How
Don't you
much
start
total
talking
do
about vernacular, ready, you Kabbalah worshipping fuck. I'll go over there and I'll bury your face down in your own dirt.
Oh wow.
you Get him.
Get him.
Get good.
But what was Irene saying?
Oh, I thought I'll let Eklios go first.
What was Ecleo saying?
He was just saying that words can also be very empty.
Irene was simply saying that she had to agree with the Tremere in this.
In the end, when it all blows away, when it is all forgotten, words are but air. Words are air that dance in a way that either bring joy or tears. It is simple, but they are ultimately hollow. They weigh nothing, they are worth only the value you place upon them.
Such a sad thought. Words also convey information, emotion, passion that stirs the soul. Such a cold world you must live in.
We are deeds made manifest. Words are the lesser of a deed. If you can convey through hand, through eye, through lips, through fingers, the emotion that you would convey through words, then so it is that you have transcended their need. For it is in that moment when you come to the brink of understanding self, that it all falls into place.
Yet, if words are nothing but air, how is it that throughout history, mankind, many members of mankind, have gone and done great things, motivated by words of another?
Because as
Is
I
it?
said,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
words only have the value that we place on them. So, if you allow words to stir your soul, to enlighten yourself, to give you passion and fervor, to make your heart race, then that's the value you have placed upon the words that you have heard.
Can that not be said about everything, even one's soul? Do you not treat? If you and you'll think, if you do not treat yourself, if you do not act or think that that your soul is worth something, does it not harm the value of your soul?
Your soul is not for you to judge. In the end, when it is this life, no matter how long it is extended, no matter how many centuries you spend in its existence, in the end you will all stand before the judges, and your heart will be weighed, the value of your soul given merit, before duat, before it is you pass into the next world. As surely as the sun sets and the moon rises, so it will be for all.
Raised eyebrow.
God damn it, I broke the chat again talking about God.
Yeah, Aldrich would clasp his arms behind his back with an echo. Damn it. Nelson, is that you?
Oh, could be. Wait, I'll mute myself.
Ah. Yeah, it's you.
I'm going to tell you what that sounded like.
It's all right. Yeah, Aldrich clasps his hands behind his back, and just holds a pleasant expression, while behind his back, his finger starts tapping.
He's using sorcery.
I'm not rolling anything. I'm not using sorcery.
Oh, we're using magic now? Quacks Knuckles.
No! Sir!
Oh, I have to BRB. Give me a moment.
No one knocks on him.
And tell me, and I assure you, I mean no disrespect to your beliefs, but if the the judges are waiting for us, and the God above looks down upon us, and has control over everything in this world? How is it that horrible things happen to people who do not deserve it sometimes? I mean, look at even though what Irene was talking about, orphanages in a perfect world. Would would we have a need for orphanages?
There is a shing sound as the Setite draws a knife. He doesn't stand up, he just draws a knife. And he'll say, "So, here it is. A blade. With this blade, if you chose to, you could end a life. With a single slash, their life's blood would spill and patter upon the floor, and they would die." He will point the handle of the knife at Wu there, and the echo returned.
Yeah.
He will point the butt of the knife, not the tip, at Margot, and he'll say, "And in that moment, you had chosen to take a life, because you had the will to do so. You cannot ask gods why it is there is ill in the world, when man has the ability to reap and right his own ill. For after all, if we had been intended to be slaves, to be clay that moved at some divine command, then that is what we would be. However, they deigned that we should move according to our will, that we should speak according to our wishes, love according to our hearts, and think according to our minds. So we are the ones who create what is the world around us. They merely sit in judgment of the merit or flaws of us when the time comes."
If the world was perfect anyway, then there would be no need for achievement. There would be no need for trying to perfect oneself and reach a higher purpose. The world would be dull and uninteresting.
So, pray tell, kind sir, is this why you came to Edessa? To bring enlightenment to us, or to seek enlightenment for yourself?
His eyes half close as he leans back. He'll allow the smoke to escape from his nostrils as he exhales. "I came here in order to place my hand to the jugular of the world, in order to feel its pulse ripple through me, in order to minister to the faithful, in order to guide them on the path that they must be guided upon. But not just this. I came here as a scholar in order to understand the world, the many worlds, the many things that stalk the dark. I came here to see with my eyes, to experience mind, and to give to those who needed it my heart. That is why I am here."
A very noble goal indeed. I hope your stay here in Edessa will, well, give you the time possibilities to find that which you're looking for and to give that what you want to give.
"I shall pray," he will say, looking at you. And he will say again, "And this evening, when it was that I looked and saw the northern star made manifest, in that moment all was possible."
Again, you flatter me, my lord.
"I am no one's lord. I am just a simple teacher."
Of course, kind sir.
He will look towards the. He's going to look towards. Sorry, I'm going to pronounce this horribly wrong. Echolos. Echolos.
Ekleos.
Eclio, see, I can do pronunciations. Yeah. And he's going to say, but you were right, for the record, that if we had perfection, the world would have no meaning. For it is only through the suffering, the tears, the heartache, and those moments of stolen joy that we find purpose.
Hmm. Purpose is an interesting word. Sometimes it is not the purpose that one needs. Purpose, for all of it brings to society, purpose is an interesting shackle. For sometimes it is when you slightly upset the balance that you may actually find the right way to walk.
Maldrick smiles at Ecleos.
Oh boy. Roll initiative.
Oh my god, you smile! I see your teeth! Ah, I'm a lupus!
Not a toothy smile. If we're gonna dick
I
wave,
mean-
it'll be a toothy smile. Take
I
these
mean-
pearly whites. No.
I mean, obviously, you cannot if you smile unless you go. But
But no, he smiles. It's a warm, casual smile.
it is genuinely why I find it probably more inspiring to see what the Orthodox Church has to offer. Romans tends to be a little bit too mm, dull in their architecture choices.
When one considers and when one looks, as I've said, it is easy to find God wherever it is that one is looking. It is merely the question on if the correct God will smile upon you when it is you see his face.
The only true God is the God that resides within yourself.
Marco smiles at that.
After all, we have been created in its image, as certain text goes. That makes everyone a sparkle of God. Anyone can try to achieve this state.
Maldrick's tapping stops.
Oh, see, I kind of realized this sounds road of sin as fuck. Sheesh.
A little bit.
And thus it was, when all else is burned away, when it is you stand there naked before the truth. So it is the truth will know you in that moment, and you will know truth.
Hmm. As he will get up as there is apparently a bad signal in the air. As he He looks at Anang Solomon and
Can roll frenzy difficulty 10.
I'm sorry, but it's just the bald. I cannot unseen the bald. Uh, well, the truth is whatever we wish it to be, and he will nod at the philosopher. Turns to Irene. Whenever you have time, we should discuss about a private matter.
Of course, Lord Ecleos, anytime you wish.
He nods and kiss the back of her hand as is proper.
She'll curtsy at that.
We might see each other at our mutual associate.
Of course, it's been too long since I visited him.
Lady Margot, as he nods, then gives a side glance to Mr. Profion.
Bring it on.
And,
Let that blood rain! No.
he no, he's just gonna give a long stare, and then he will walk away.
The Setite will stand from where he was kneeling, smoking the shisha. He will bow to Margot, and he will bow to Profian, because I can't remember your name. Eldrick, there we go.
Find
He
my
will then.
overlay.
Oh, my overlay! He will then look at Irene and he will say,
I will be interested to see if the rest of my dream comes to pass.
he will smile before bowing very, very deeply.
And Irene will curtsy again. It's like this is how she keeps in shape, people. Curtsying.
And with that, he will turn on his heel, walk to the door, open it and close it behind himself, obfuscate, and leave.
Margot watches him leave. Her smile just says, "What a weird, but what a strange but pleasant little man." Well, I should take myself out. I should show. Yes, I said, yeah. I should take myself out of here too. Lady Irene, thank you for your invitation. I look forward to seeing you again. And if I found out anything about those murders, I will tell you if I can. And look to Aldrich and Aldrich. I wish you luck and good fortune on your on your way to protect this city, on your path to protect this city.
I wish you fortune in your endeavors as well, my friend. Aldrich will hold out a. He'll stand up and hold out a hand.
Thank you. I shall take the hand.
He'll gently clasp it with both hands and give it a pat and a bow of respect.
Thank you. I'll hope to see you both again soon. And she'll make herself her way out after a small bow.
Yeah, as everybody's leaving, Irene will look at Aldrich. Well, this was a informative event.
Indeed. Strange bedfellows we seem to have.
Indeed. I have some business to discuss with my clanmate downstairs. I will bid you a pleasant night.
He nods. I have a bottle of wine what needs emptying the old-fashioned way.
We must meet again soon, preferably with Merchants of Bones, and Lord Ecleos as well.
Indeed. Until then, I wish you fortune in your endeavors as well, and offers his hand.
Thank you, Lord Aldrich, and you too. I do have one quick question.
Yes.
Would you know why people place a ring of salt around the bed?
Robbie knows. Aldrich doesn't know if he can say. So... I think with a cult like 4, it's fair to say
Yeah.
A ring of salt is a sign of protection. When you're inside the circle, you're protected from certain entities, otherworldly. When it is when you're inside of it, you must be certain to keep your limbs and all extremities within the circle. Anything outside of it is not safe. Nor are you safe any longer when the circle has been broken.
Do you think it could be used to keep something in?
What an interesting concept. Perhaps. And he, reaches into his robe and pulls out an inkwell and a feather and sits back down and pulls out his journal and starts writing.
I would suggest you two might have an interest in looking into orphanages.
I don't believe that particular child resides at an orphanage. I believe we both received similar letters from an old friend that damns that creature otherwise.
Irene's got to roll her manipulation subterfuge because she never got a letter, I believe.
Oh, I could have sworn she did. Remember when that character exited?
Oh, that letter. Oh, okay. I
letter.
thought you meant recently.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Irene nods. I'm not sure. My, unfortunate incidents. There was a reason for that, but I will explain that when the 4 of us get together again, which I hope will be soon.
And he pauses his writing and raises his head just long enough to give a nod, and while he doesn't need to, gives a sigh and says, I shall bring the wine.
Indeed. I will see you soon again, Lord Eckley. Lord. Blah, 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 blah. Ooh, ooh. See? This is how much Ecleos is in Irene's head. It's a hell of a
Confusing a Tremisi and a Tremere. I'm pretty sure wars have been started over less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord Aldrich, I will see you soon. And Irene mean, we'll again curtsy and leave the upside, like the upstairs area, and we'll go and speak with Omar. And with that, I feel we can end the scene unless Aubrey wants to do something.
No, I was just going to nod at that. Go back to his writing.
Okay. In that case, thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This was another scene of Edessa, the Dark Crusade, Season 2. Bye-bye.